Good morning, children. In your previous class, you learnt about the force, and forces are due to the interaction, and about the exploring forces. Force is a push or a pull on an object. A force is a push or a pull on an object. And when two objects interact, a force will come into play. When two objects will interact, a force will come into play. Thus, an interaction of one object with another results in a force between the two objects. When two objects interact, it results in a force between the two objects. And we say that the strength of a force is usually expressed by its magnitude. We have also specified the direction in which the force acts. Also, if the direction or the magnitude of the applied force changes, its effect also changes. Now today in this class we will learn about the force. It can change the state of a motion and it can change the shape of an object. A force can change the state of a motion. See children, let us now find out what happens when a force acts on a object. When a force acts on a object. See, here is one activity. You have to take a rubber ball and place it on a level surface such as a tabletop or a concrete floor. Now, gently push the ball along the level surface as shown in figure 7.6. You have to take a rubber ball and place it on a level surface such as a tabletop or a concrete floor. Now, you gently push the ball along the level surface as shown in figure 7.6. See children, does the ball begin to move? When you push it, does it move? Push the ball again while it is still moving. See, first when you push the ball, it will move. It will change its position. Now again when you push the ball, it is still moving. Is there any change in its speed? When you again push the ball, the speed of the ball will change. It increase or decrease? It increases. When you again push the ball, it increases its speed. Next, place your palm in front of the moving ball. Place your palm in front of the moving ball. Remove your palm as soon as the moving ball touches it. When you remove your palm as soon as the ball touches it, does your palm apply a force on the ball? See children, when you place your palm in front of the moving ball, definitely it will apply some force there. What happens to the speed of the ball now? Does it increase or decrease? When you place the palm in front of your ball, the speed obviously decreases. What would happen if you let your palm hold the moving ball? What would happen if you let your palm hold the moving ball? When your palm hold the moving ball, the ball will come to rest. First when you push the ball will be moving. When you push the ball with your palm, the ball will be moving, and when you again push it, it increases its speed. And as soon as you remove the palm and your palm touches it, the force will be applied and the ball its speed decreases. And again when you let your palm hold the moving ball, it will come to rest. See children, you might recall the similar situations. For example, while taking a penalty kick in a football, the player applies a force on the ball. While taking a penalty kick in the football, the player applies a force on the ball. Before being hit, the ball was at a rest. Before being hit, the ball was at rest, and so its speed was 0. The applied force makes the ball move towards the goal. When the force is applied, the ball will move towards the goal. Suppose the goalkeeper dives or jumps up to save the goal. Suppose the goalkeeper dives or jumps up to save the goal. By his action, the goalkeeper tries to apply a force on the moving ball. The force applied by him can stop or deflect the ball, saving a goal being scored. See children, by the action of the goalkeeper, he tries to apply the force on the moving ball and the ball will stop moving and it saves the goal. If the goalkeeper succeeds in stopping the ball, its speed decreases to 0. When the goalkeeper he will succeed in stopping the ball, its speed decreases, means it becomes 0. These observations suggest that a force applied on an object may change its speed. See children, from these observations we can suggest that an object may change its speed. The force applied on an object may change its speed. If the force applied on the object is in the direction of its motion, the speed of the object increases. See children, when the applied force is in the direction of the motion of the object, obviously the speed of the object also increases. If the force is applied in the direction opposite to the direction of the motion, if the force is applied in the direction opposite to the direction of the motion, then it results in the decrease in the speed of the object. See children, when you apply the force in the direction of the motion of the object, the speed of the object increases. And when you apply the force opposite to the direction of the motion of the object, its speed decreases. See children, you have seen the children competing with one another in moving a rubber tire or a ring by pushing. See children, when you are small, you may be played these games. That is competing with one another in moving a rubber tire or a ring by pushing. See children, you will understand why the speed of the tire increases whenever it is pushed. To move the tire faster, it has to be pushed repeatedly. See children, when you push the rubber tire repeatedly, the speed also increases, because the applied force will be in the direction of the motion of the tire. Next, another one activity, you have to take a ball and place it on a level surface as you did in activity 7.3 and make the ball move by giving it a push. See children, in figure 7.a, you can see it, the ball is moving here. In doing so, you would apply a force on the moving ball. Does the ball continue to move in the same direction after it strikes the ruler? See children, in first 7.3a figure, sorry, this is 7.8a. First, you have to take a ball and place it on a level surface and make the ball move by giving it a push. Now again you place the ruler from your geometry box in its path. You place a ruler in 7.8b, it has shown here. You place a ruler here in its path. In doing so, you would apply a force on the moving ball. In doing so, what we are doing here, we are applying a force on the moving ball. Does the ball continue to move in the same direction after it strikes the ruler? See children, does the ball continue to move in the same direction after it strikes the ruler? Repeat the activity and try to obstruct the moving ball by placing the ruler such that it makes different angles to its path. See children, when the first the ball will be moving when you apply the force here, and when you place a ruler in front of the moving ball, it changes its direction. And repeat the activity and try to obstruct the moving ball by placing the ruler such that it makes different angles to its path. You repeat this activity and try to obstruct the moving ball by placing the ruler such that it makes different angles. You change the position of the ruler. In each case, you note your observations about the direction of the motion of the ball. In each case, you note down the observations about the direction of the motion of the ball after it strikes the ruler. See children, a ball set in motion by pushing it along a level surface. In A, it has shown here. And in B, the direction of the motion of the ball after it strikes the ruler placed in its path. See children, the ball direction has been changed here when the ruler will obstruct it. Means what we can say in here, when a force is applied, the object will change its direction. Now let us consider some more examples. In a game of volleyball, players often push the moving ball to their teammates to make a winning move. Sometimes the ball is returned to the other side of the court by pushing or smashing it. See children, in volleyball, a force will be applied on the ball and to their teammates to make it a winning move. Sometimes the ball is returned to the other side of the court by pushing or smashing it. In cricket, a batsman plays his or her shot by applying a force on the ball with the bat. See children, in cricket match also, the batsman will be applying a force on the ball with the bat. Is there any change in the direction of motion of the ball in these cases? See children, when a force is applied on the ball with the bat, is there any change in the direction of motion of the ball in these cases? In all these examples, the speed and the direction of the moving ball change due to the application of the force. In all these examples, we can say that the speed and the direction of the moving ball will change due to the application of the force. Can you give some more few examples of this kind? See children, you give some more examples of this kind. You can take it as a homework. Write down some examples of this kind. And a change in either the speed of an object or its direction of motion or both is described as a change in its state of motion. A change in either the speed of an object or its direction of the motion or both is described as a change in its state of motion. Thus, we can say that a force may bring a change in the state of motion of an object. See children, a change in either a speed of an object. The speed of the object may also change and its direction of motion or both. Speed and direction both may change. It is described as the change in its state of a motion. Thus, a force may bring a change in its state of motion of an object. State of motion. The state of motion of an object is described by its speed. The state of motion of an object is described by its speed and the direction of the motion. The state of rest is considered to be the state of a zero speed. State of rest means it is the state of a zero speed. An object may be at rest or in motion. Both are its state of a motion. We can say that an object may be at a rest or in motion. Both these are the states of a motion. You remember this children? We say that the state of motion of an object it is described by its speed. We say that the object is moving. When we say that the object is moving, it is described by its speed and by its direction. See children, does it mean that the application of a force would always result in a change in the state of motion of the object? Now let us find out this. It is common experience that many a time application of force does not result in a change in the state of motion. See children, in many common experiences, you may be experienced that the application of force does not result in a change in the state of motion. Means every time the object will not move when you apply the force. For example, when a heavy box you will move at all even if you apply a maximum force that you can exert. For example, a heavy box may not move at all even if you apply the maximum force that you can exert. When you apply the force on a heavy box, the box will not move. Again, no effect of force is observed when you try to push a wall because the box will be heavy, and when you apply the maximum force also, the box will not move. Again, no effect of force is observed when you try to push a wall. When you try to push a wall, the wall will not change its position. Understood, children? When a heavy box, when we apply force on a heavy box, it may not move at all, even if you apply the maximum force. From this, we can say that no effect of force make the heavy box to change its position. And when you apply a force on the wall also, the wall will not change its position. Next is a force can change the shape of an object. There is one activity here, children, 7.5. Some situations have been given in column 1 of table 7.2 and in which the objects are not free to move. Column 2 of the table suggests that the manner in which a force can be applied on each object, while column 3 shows a diagram of the action. Now try to observe the effect of the force in as many situations as possible. You can also add similar situations using the available material from your environment and note your observations in column 4 and 5 of the table. See children, in table there are some see children here it is the table. Here in first column there is a description of the situation. A lump of a duff on a plate and you are pressing it down with your hands. The diagram is given here. You are pressing it the duff. Here change in the state of motion. Here the state of motion will not change here and its shape will change. When you press the duff with your hands, the state of motion will not change, its shape will change. Spring fixed to the seat of a bicycle. By sitting on the seat, when you sit on a spring fixed to the seat of a bicycle, the figure has been shown here children, the state of motion will not change and its shape will change. A rubber band suspended from a hook or a nail fixed on a wall. A rubber band suspended from a hook, nail fixed on a wall. Here is a figure. By hanging a weight or by pulling its free end. By hanging a weight or by pulling its free end, the state of motion, it will not change its position, but the shape will change here. See children, the rubber band shape has been changed here. A plastic or a metal scale placed between two bricks. See children, a plastic or a metal scale which is placed between two bricks here shown in the figure. By putting a weight at the center of the scale. When you put a weight on the center of the scale, it will not change its state of motion, but the shape of the scale will change here. See children, we can conclude from these observations that from table 7.2, when you apply a force on an object, the shape of the object will change. And see children, what happens when you apply a force on an inflated balloon by pressing it between your palms? See children, when you apply a force on an inflated balloon by pressing it between your palms, and what happens to the shape of the ball of duff when it is ruled to make a chapati? And what happens when you press a rubber ball placed on a table? In all these examples, you saw that the application of a force on an object may change its shape. In all these examples, we can say that the application of the force will change its shape. You can try this in your home, children. When you apply force on the inflated balloon, obviously its shape will change. And when the shape of the duff, when it is ruled to make a chapati, it will change its shape. And when you press the rubber ball on the table, placed on the table, its shape also changes. Having performed all the above activities, you would have realized that a force may make an object move from a rest. See children, from all these above activities, we may conclude that a force make an object move from rest. It may change the speed of an object if it is moving. It may change the direction of motion of an object, and it may bring about a change in the shape of an object. It may cause some or all of these effects. See children, from all these activities we can say that the force make an object move from a rest, and it may change the speed of an object. The speed of the object may also change if it is moving, and the direction of the motion of the object also changes, and it brings about a change in the shape. Its shape also changes, and it causes some or all of these effects. While a force may cause one or more of these effects, it is important to remember that none of these actions can take place without the action of a force. See children, none of these actions means the shape and the direction of the motion will not change without the action of the force. Thus, an object can move by itself. It cannot change speed by itself. See children, an object cannot move by itself and it cannot change its speed by itself. See children, until and unless you apply the force on any object, it will not move by itself and it will not change the speed by itself, and it cannot change the direction by itself, and its direction will also not change by itself, and its shape cannot change by itself. Understood children? Until and unless you apply the force on an object, it cannot move by itself and it can't change its speed and the direction, and the shape of the object will also not change. See children, today we learnt about how the force can change the state of motion of an object, and also it can change the direction of the motion of the object. Next concepts we will discuss in our next class children. Thank you.